house!
Ma'am, step back. We need to speak with him.
This is a private residence. You have no right to be here.
The woman slammed my cabin door open so hard the hinges cried out. This entire property now belongs to the HOA, she barked. I didn't flinch, because she had no idea who she just threatened. I was sitting at my grandfather's old wooden table, sipping coffee as the morning fog rolled over the lake. The cabin had been in my family for 3 generations, a quiet place away from the noise of the city, until Karen from the HOA decided to turn it into a war zone. She stood there, face flushed red with authority she didn't really have, clutching a wrinkled notice like it was her sword. "Pack your things," she hissed. "This property is being reassigned for community use." I didn't move, didn't even blink, because across the table from me sat a man whose presence could silence a courtroom. He simply adjusted his glasses and waited. Karen didn't even notice him. She was too busy barking orders like a general in a war she thought she'd already won. "You think you can just sit here?" she screamed, slamming the fake notice onto the table. "The HOA says you can't stay overnight without approval. Don't even bother calling anyone. The law's on my side." That's when he finally spoke. "On your side." His voice was calm, the kind of calm that makes the air heavier. Karen spun around, startled. "And who are you supposed to be? Another trespasser?" I couldn't help but smirk, because she just insulted the one man she should have never crossed, the state attorney general. Her eyes widened as the truth hit. The color drained from her face faster than the ink on her fake notice. "Oh, I was just checking on safety concerns," she stammered. "HOA protocols, you know." The attorney general leaned forward, fingers tapping the table, once, twice, 3 times. His voice dropped an octave. "You entered private property without permission with a falsified document." Karen froze. "Falsified? Excuse me, this is official." She shoved the paper toward him, but the edges were uneven, and the HOA seal looked like something printed at home on discount paper. I stood up slowly. "You taped one of these to my door last week, too. Said I had to pay a fine for an unapproved mailbox. Remember that?" The Attorney General examined the notice and chuckled, low and dangerous. "This seal was discontinued in 2008, he said. "That means this isn't just fake. It's criminal." The turning point for the 6 minutes. Karen's voice cracked. "I didn't come up with this myself. The HOA board told me to do it. The president said to get rid of him." The Attorney General's brow lifted. "Your board directed you to trespass, impersonate authority, and harass a property owner?" He leaned back, studying her trembling hands. "That's fraud, coercion, maybe even conspiracy." Karen's eyes darted between us, searching for a way out. "You don't understand. The president, he has friends in the county office. He told me people like him." She stopped herself mid-sentence. I stepped closer. "People like me?" She bit her lip, realizing she'd said too much. "This isn't about a cabin, is it?" I said quietly. "It's about keeping certain families out. People who don't fit your perfect picture." Her silence told me everything. The Attorney General's expression hardened. "If your president thinks his reach is above the law," he said, "he's about to learn how wrong he is." Karen's defiance melted into fear. But this was only the beginning. The cabin door creaked again. Heavy footsteps echoed on the porch. A deep voice called out, smooth but commanding, "Karen, what's taking so long?" Karen froze like a child caught stealing candy. The door swung open, and a tall man in a tailored suit stepped inside. His shoes gleamed, city polish that didn't belong in the woods. His name was Mr. Lawson, president of the HOA. He scanned the room, me, Karen, and the Attorney General, with confidence that reeked of power and politics. "Well," he said, forcing a smile, "this is unexpected." Karen scrambled. "Mr. Lawson, sir, I was just handling it like you said, but he's got the Attorney General here and—" "Enough!" Lawson snapped. The words sliced through the air. He stepped closer, eyes locked on me. "This cabin sits on land the board intends to regulate. You're in the way." "Funny," I replied, "because this land has been in my family for generations. You don't regulate bloodlines." For the first time, Lawson's mask slipped. "History doesn't matter. Power does." The Attorney General's tone turned to steel. Then you're about to see what real power looks like. The room fell silent. Lawson's smirk returned. You think your title scares me? I sit on zoning boards and judges' dinner tables. Out here, my word carries more weight than yours. Karen flinched. Even she hadn't expected him to challenge the state head-on. Then Lawson snapped his fingers. Two large men appeared on the porch. Thick arms, blank stares, silent threats. Karen's voice trembled. You brought them here? Lawson didn't look at her. You wanted this handled. Well, this is how things get handled. I glanced at the Attorney General. He hadn't moved. His stillness was terrifying. Lawson leaned in close. You both walk away from this cabin tonight. Forget you saw anything. Otherwise, accidents happen. Out here, nobody hears a thing. The only sound was the fireplace crackling. Then the Attorney General spoke, voice soft as silk. Funny thing about accidents, he said. They usually don't get caught on live surveillance feeds. Lawson blinked. What? A faint red light blinked from the corner of the cabin. I crossed my arms. Not just recorded. I said, streamed, straight to the county server. Karen gasped. The two thugs froze. They hadn't signed up to threaten a state official on camera. The Attorney General tapped his phone. Every word, Mr. Lawson. Every threat, every confession already backed up. Lawson's arrogance began to crumble. You think that matters? I bought half this county. Then you forgot about the other half, the Attorney General said coldly. One of Lawson's men muttered, Boss, maybe we should go. Lawson's control was slipping like sand through his fingers. You think you've won, he spat. You don't know who you're dealing with. The Attorney General stood slowly. Oh, I know exactly who you are. And tonight, so does everyone else. Sirens wailed in the distance, echoing across the lake. Lawson's face went pale. The calm confidence drained from him like the color from old paint. Karen sank to the floor, whispering, I didn't mean for it to go this far. The Attorney General stepped toward the door. Deputies swarmed the porch, lights flashing red and blue across the water. Fraud, extortion, criminal conspiracy, he said. Take him. Lawson pointed at me, desperate. He's a trespasser. He started this. A deputy's voice cut through the noise. Sir, this man owns the property. You, however, the metallic click of handcuffs ended the sentence. Lawson's veins bulged. I own this county. You can't do this. But his words were drowned out by the sound of his own downfall. His men backed away, muttering that they wanted no part of it. Karen's eyes brimmed with tears. They'll come after me too, won't they? I met her gaze. You made your choice when you taped that fake notice to my door. She nodded weakly, understanding. The Attorney General rested a hand on my shoulder. Justice is slow sometimes, he said, but when it comes, it doesn't miss. As Lawson was dragged outside, the night air filled with the echoes of sirens and shouting. I stepped out onto the porch, the lake breeze washing over me. Clean, quiet, and free. For the first time in weeks, the world felt right again. Because this fight wasn't just about a cabin. It was about something much bigger, the right to stand your ground, to protect what's yours, and to remind the powerful that no one is above the law. I looked at the stars over the lake and whispered to myself, I didn't fight for this country just to be told I can't live on my own land. The Attorney General turned, his voice calm but certain. And tonight, he said, the whole state heard you loud and clear. The sirens faded, the water stilled, and in that silence one truth echoed louder than ever. Freedom, family, and justice always outlast corruption.